I mean, we're out here grinding, right? Working 16-hour days, engineering, producing, trying to get these independent artists to just realize their dreams. And then I look at the dashboard the other day, and we're celebrating like $100 in streaming. $100. Meanwhile, there is this massive giant pile of cash just sitting in some corporate basement. It's wild, man. It actually makes me sick.
It's not just a pile universe. It's a specific audited clinical number. We are talking about 426.9 million. That is the exact figure of historical unmatched digital mechanical royalties that got accrued. 21 different digital service providers, we're talking Spotify, Apple, all of them, just piled this up between 2007 and 2020. And then when the Mechanical Licensing Collective, the MLC, launched, they just dumped that $426.9 million right onto their lap because they couldn't figure out who to pay.
Wait, 426 million? 0.9? That is insane. How do you just lose track of $500 million? Like, if I don't pay my phone bill by $5, they shut my service off. But these DSPs can just sit on 400 million because they couldn't figure it out.
Because of a completely broken, lazy. Honestly, it's a technical failure at the database level. It's the mapping gap. Look, you've got two completely different codes for every single track. You've got the ISRC, which is the International Standard Recording Code, and that belongs to the actual audio file, the master, the sound recording. But then you have the ISWC, the International Standard Musical Work Code. That is for the underlying composition, the lyrics, the melody, the publishing. The problem is, these two codes do not talk to each other automatically. They are housed in separate databases. So when a song gets streamed, the DSP knows exactly which audio file was played because of the ISRC, but they have absolutely no idea who wrote the song because the ISWC isn't linked. So the publishing money, it just freezes. It goes straight into what the industry calls the black box.
So, okay, let me get this straight. The song plays. The distributor, knows the audio file. But because the songwriter didn't link up the composition code, the ISWC, to the recording code, the money just hangs out in the ether? It's just stuck in the box?
Exactly. It sits there. But here's the real kick in the teeth, and this is where it goes from a technical glitch to absolute daylight robbery. There is a 3-year rule, a 3-year trap.
A 3-year trap? What does that mean?
If that money sits in the black box unmatched for 3 years, these collection agencies are legally permitted to liquidate it. And how do they distribute it? Do they keep looking for the independent artists who actually wrote the music? No. They distribute it based on market share. They literally hand it over to the top 1% of market share earners. So your unclaimed independent royalty, your $20, your $50, your $1,000. After 3 years, it is literally packaged up and handed to Taylor Swift, Drake, or the major publishers. It's Robin Hood in reverse universe. The poor funding the yachts of the rich.
No. Hold on. That cannot be legal. You're telling me my artists, guys from Ohio, and guys starting from scratch in Florida, their money is literally paying for a major label exec's third home because of a database mismatch? That is disgusting, man. We're out here thinking the system is just tough, but it's actually rigged if you don't know the math.
It's completely clinical. It's just math and policy. If you don't claim it, they have a legal mechanism to clean the books, and the majors get richer. It's that simple. And it's not just the publishing side either. The exact same ignorance is happening on the master side with Sound Exchange. Artists think their distributor is doing everything. They sign up for DistroKid or TuneCore. They tick the box and they think, okay, I'm fully covered. It is a massive myth.
Wait, DistroKid doesn't collect Sound Exchange? I thought they handled all the digital stuff. Like, they put it on Spotify, they put it on Apple, so they must get the performance royalties, right?
No, they do not. DistroKid and TuneCore collect from interactive streams. That's when a user chooses to play your song on demand. Sound Exchange collects non-interactive digital performance royalties. We are talking about satellite radio like SiriusXM, webcasters like Pandora, and digital cable TV. Your distributor does not touch that money. It just sits at Sound Exchange unclaimed. And to get it, you can't just make a basic profile. You have to do the dual registration.
Dual registration, like registering twice?
Yes, you have to register on soundexchange.com as two separate entities. First, as the featured performer, that's the person singing or playing on the track. That gets you 50% of the royalty. Then you have to register as the rights owner, which, if you're an indie artist who owns your own masters, is you. That gets you the other 50%. If you only sign up as a performer, you are literally leaving half of your neighboring rights money on the table, and it just sits there. You have to claim both sides of the coin.
Man, I bet 90% of the artists I talk to have only done one, if any. They're literally leaving 50% of their satellite and Pandora money on the table. That's crazy. So what do we do? What's the play here to fix this?
It is a metadata audit. You have to stop treating metadata like a chore and start treating it like inventory management. If you ran a retail store, you wouldn't just leave half your products in unlabeled boxes in the back, right? So step one, go to the MLC.com. They have a public search tool called Unclaimed Works. You type in your artist name, you type in your song titles, and you see if your money is sitting in that $426.9 million historical pool. If it is, you claim it right there. Step two, go to Sound Exchange, do the dual registration as featured performer and rights owner. And step three, authorize global collection. Make sure you are collecting your international neighboring rights because other countries collect these royalties too. And if you don't have a global agent or a direct registration, those foreign societies just keep it.
Yeah, you've got to have that CEO mindset, man. You can't just be the creative anymore. You've got to be the entrepreneur, the manager of your own catalog. I'm telling my artists today, we are doing a full audit. No more leaving money for major label yachts. We're claiming every single cent before that 3-year clock runs out. All right, let's get to work.
Go get what's yours.